Hey everybody, it's your girl Charlene, and look, I got a question to ask y'all. Who watched the Kobe Bryant memorial service? I did. It was so heart-touching, I guess would be the word I could use. But it touched my heart in different ways. Of course, I was sorrowful for the loss of those wonderful people on the plane that I know that morning when they got up, they did not expect that this would be the last day that they saw their loved ones, or that this moment would be as tragic, the moment they left out the home going, just to a game, to practice. I am assured that none of them left their home with that expectation. And the other sad part was to see the distance between the grieving families. And the families I'm talking about is Kobe's immediate family, his wife and his parents. I'm telling you what, guys, I got an episode coming, I believe it's in March or the beginning of April, on forgiveness and how important to not just the other person, but to you, and then not just to you, but also the other person, that forgiveness is. I mean, to be trapped in this cage where you can see someone, but you can't touch them because you have not forgiven them, or because they've not forgiven you. Man, I mean, I watched that and I cried, and I was emotional for everybody who got up there and spoke on behalf of their love for Kobe, and the ups and the downs, and then watching all the documentaries after the memorial service. I mean, the reality is this guy was someone's son and someone's brother, and he had been through ups and downs in life. He had made some good decisions and some bad decisions. He had treated some people good and some not so good. Why? Because that's human nature, right? He said it in his documentaries. He learned he was who he was because of, a little bit of his character, a little bit of his experiences, but he went through things. And to know in all of that how we can be so unforgiving to others, ourselves, when we know that we are ever evolving. And so the Kobe Bryant tragedy is so much deeper to me than just the loss of this young man's life and his daughters. It is the evidence that if you don't forgive someone who has wronged you, or you have wronged, that pain continues to resonate even after you're gone. I mean, can you imagine what his parents are feeling, in his entire family, are feeling at this moment, this day, that whatever it was going on between them, they didn't get it together enough that in his death they could be honored as his parents. And I don't know who this is not a finger pointing kind of conversation, like who's at fault. I mean, because I don't know any of the intricate details of their situation. I have no idea even the full details of why they were not in harmony with each other. But what I can say is that watching that made me want to walk away and get every single relationship that I have that's broken, that I have control to mend, get it together. Because listen, this next breath I have is not promised to me. And my God, would I hate to leave this earth and leave someone who loves me or once loved me, or I got them in holding, still loved me, but I had not forgiven them for something. And let me tell you, listeners, if there is someone that you know that you have an ought with, that has some value in your life, get it together now. Many people experience grief differently. You all know that I've lost some loved ones in the recent years, and the thing that can allow me to keep moving is because we were in harmony with each other. We were in relationship with each other. Our fellowship had not been broken. But I cannot imagine, and let me just say, I'm still in pain, and I was in harmony and relationship with those individuals in my life. But I cannot imagine what it would be like to have been out of harmony with my mother or my brother over something trivial, something small, something. It could be significant to you, but is it not worth forgiving and moving forward? And for me, this is just about me, to think about having to let go of my loved one, and we were in a bad place, and I never got to say I'm sorry to you for what I did wrong, or I never got to hear you say I release you from what you did to me or what I did to you, and I'm sorry. Man, the many nights that the agony and pain that I deal with, and I was in harmony, I could not imagine what it would be like to lose someone that you do love, regardless of what has transpired between you two. So, listen, family, whatever you are going through with whomever you are going through it with, it is worth getting it together. I'm not saying you got to be friends in the sense of we going to dinner every day. But I am saying that you should consider the impact of your life or their life if something tragic was to happen to that person or to yourself. And I think that if we have a heart of empathy and sympathy and understanding towards each other, that the way we treat each other in our anger could be different. The Bible says that we can be angry, but we should not sin in that anger. And when our flesh is in control, sin is our nature. It is what we do. When our spirit man is in control, our flesh is suppressed, and we do our best to try to put it under control. And so I just encourage you today to make it right with someone. Ask them to forgive you. Forgive them and release them, and move forward. So that if it's your day, especially if it's your family, guys, if the Lord should call your number, and one day he's going to call us all, that the people left behind can at least put it to rest. Because it was made right between you and thee. And so I love y'all, and it was just on my heart so bad to see that his parents didn't get to stand up and say one word about the child they brought into this earth and reared up until he became a man and made decisions for himself. And speaking from a parent, every single parent, when we do what we do, for the most of us, we do it because we love you. We're not perfect. We don't make everything right or every right decision. Sometimes we do it to say, you know, you owe me this one, kid, for all the stuff that I did for you. Most of us do not do things out of malice heart, but even if so, have you yourself not done something that you wish you could take back? And even if you did it in a malice heart, you saw the impact and you wanted to be forgiven for that thing that you did or the harm that you caused somebody. And for them not to let you go and release you from that has to be one of the most tragic events that anybody could experience in life. And so I pray that you guys would hear this, and maybe it'll touch somebody's heart. Maybe somebody is going through the same situation, and you too don't want to lose someone and not be able to stand up and say, it is well between us. So, love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and just think about it.